What is up, everyone? In this video I'm going to show you how to use 100 USDC on Solana. I have my dApp wallet open here. I'm going to use the Glow wallet, but on Solana there are really plenty of options. There is Phantom, there is Solflare, there is Backpack. There are plenty of options that you can use in terms of self-custody wallets. I'm going to connect the wallet to a platform called Jupiter, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to perform a token swap. I'm going to swap the 100 USDC to Sol. So Jupiter has this cool feature called MEV protection. I'm going to turn that on. It's already on by default, and this prevents your swap from being attacked by arbitrage bots who are going to exploit price differences. You also will benefit from an optimized slippage tolerance. Once you approve the transaction, everything is correct, the platform will process it for you. And once the transaction is confirmed, you actually have the 100 USDC swapped to Sol, and you can see this in the wallet. I already had a couple of SPL tokens inside this wallet, but you can be sure that the 100 USDC is converted into Sol. Okay, once we're done over here, we're going to head to another website called Jito Labs. Jito is one of my favorite services on Solana because it allows you to stake Sol very easily. You can stake Sol on the Jito network, and they offer you attractive incentives if you stake your Sol with their validator. And what they do is they give you liquid staking tokens in return in the form of Jito Sol. Let's see how this works out. I'm planning to deploy around 45% of the $100, which is $45 to staking, and that's the equivalent of around 0.27 Sol. Once you stake the 0.27 Sol, it's going to ask you to convert them to Jito Sol. Jito Sol is a liquid staking token, and I'm going to quickly explain to you what a liquid staking token is. So in traditional staking environments, your stake tokens are going to be locked, which means that you can't really use them. But a liquid staking token, which we just minted now by staking 0.27 Sol, will allow you to use those liquid staking tokens on other platforms. You can, for instance, trade them or lend them or deploy them to a liquidity pool to earn rewards or other incentives. Something that we are going to do right now. We will be heading over to another platform called Kamino. Kamino is one of my favorite services on Solana because it just allows you to do so many things. You can provide liquidity, you can trade, you can long and short certain tokens, and the choice of tokens and liquidity pools that you get is really quite diverse. I'm going to provide liquidity to one of these pools. As you can see here, the top ones are the more popular ones. They have quite a high trading volume, with the Marinate Sol and Sol liquidity pool having the highest in the last 7 days. But in terms of TVL, the Jito Sol and Sol pool is still the largest and gives you quite a significant APY in the form of interest. So we are going to deploy our Jito Sol inside here. You can actually choose to deposit a single asset or a mixture of Jito Sol and Sol. For simplicity purposes, I'm just going to deploy the Jito Sol that we just received. So this is about 0.235 Jito Sol, which is the $45. Once you deploy the asset, you just wait for the transaction to complete. Once the transaction is confirmed, you have contributed Jito Sol to this liquidity pool. As you can see, your stake beautifully in this portfolio view. As you can see, there has been a very minor price fluctuation, which resulted in a very small loss here at first, but the fees that you will earn over the next few days are going to be quite attractive, and it actually allows you to earn some passive income as you explore the Solana ecosystem. Kamino gives you very fancy data charts and position overviews, which will always allow you to see how your assets are doing. I fast forwarded the video a bit, and as you can see, our small position already made a very minor profit and is raking in some fees as we speak. Okay, back to the Jupiter platform. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy $20 to perpetual trading. So when I say perpetual trading, I mean perpetual options, which is an option that has no expiry date, which is something that can be quite risky and requires a bit of sophisticated knowledge. Jupiter allows you to do that with Sol, ETH, and some Bitcoin. Orders can be filled in here on the right hand side, and you can choose the type of token that you want to deploy to open your long or short position. I'm going to invest $20 or 0.12 SOL, and I'm going to go long on SOL, which means that I'm betting on the SOL price to rise in the next few days. In this area below, you can choose your leverage. The higher the leverage you put in, the higher your returns, but also the higher your losses. So please be very cautious when you play around with the leverage. Make sure that you don't go in too high at the beginning. As you can see, you can go all the way to 100x. If you do go 100x, the size of your long will be increased to $1,800, but it also means you will be liquidated the moment the price goes just slightly below the current market price, and you will lose your entire investment, in this case, the $20 collateral. I advise everyone to be cautious when using leverage trading. Use a type of leverage that you are comfortable with, and also only deploy as much money as you are willing to lose. In my case, I'm going to deploy $20 and I'm going to choose a decent leverage of 10x. And as you can see, if my leverage is 10x, the size is around $200. In fact, because of the recent market conditions, I'm going to go slightly lower with this leverage and actually decrease it down to around 5x. So once everything is locked in, you can see that with a 5x leverage, my size of the long is around $100 and my liquidation price is slightly lower, is around $135. So if SOL should slip below 135, I will lose my investment of $20. You have to approve and sign this transaction on your dApp wallet, and once the order is approved, you will see that you have just opened a long position on Jupiter. So this is a perpetual option, which means that it can technically run forever. There is no expiry date or due date for you to exercise it. You can put in a take profit or stop loss order, which is basically a price that you feel like you're comfortable with exercising the option. You can play around a bit and choose a comfortable take profit price or a stop loss price. If you feel like that the market is going to go up in the next few days, you may want to consider a higher take profit price, or if you are a bit more risk averse and you feel like the market could be bad, you could also type in a stop loss price to minimize the potential losses that you may have. All right, all a cool feature, and I feel like this is a $20 that is put into pretty good use, and I hope for the best in the next few days that those $20 will hopefully give me a bit of profit. Okay, we have around $35 left to spend, and we are going to use the $35 on Meteora. Meteora is also one of my favorite Solana services. They are a liquidity provider, which is also built by the same team that was behind the Jupiter platform. So I've been using two of their services in this video. I'm going to visit the Meteora vaults. And what's cool about these vaults is that they provide liquidity to various lenders on Solana. You can deploy the popular tokens that you can see here and earn an interest if you do so. In this vault, quite a large liquidity allocation is deployed on Kamino. So as you can see, we are also supplementing the previous services that we have used in this video. I'm going to deploy my remaining $35 onto this platform, which is the equivalent of around 0.2 SOL. Once ready, press deposit, approve of the transaction, and you have deposited 0.2 SOL into this vault, which will be used and routed to the different lending platforms, and you can earn interest on it. Once your transaction is completed, you can see that the 0.2 SOL are inside the vault. All right, cool. This is how to invest $100 in the Solana ecosystem. We staked $45 worth of SOL, got liquid staking tokens in return, which we then used on other platforms. We went slightly more degen with the 5x trade of $20 and then deployed some to a vault. Let us know if this video was helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye and have a great day.